Let's see what she's made of. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're gonna be going over a 2021 Ram Rebel EcoDiesel. And first and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram here in Sandy for giving me some time with this EcoDiesel. Check out the inventory link below. Let's get straight into the video. Under the hood of the EcoDiesel, we have a 3-liter turbocharged V6 diesel engine that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 21 around town and then 29 on the highway, with power outputs being 260 horsepower and then 480 pound-feet of torque. Let's go over the front end of this particular EcoDiesel. So first off, it's finished in hydro blue, which I think is a really cool standout color. And then just like all the other Rebels, you still get the cool hood venting. And then since this is an EcoDiesel, it says EcoDiesel there on the top venting there. And then coming down below, we've got full LED lights with the LED reflector lights, LED fog lights as well. And you got parking sensors all along the front bumper here. And then this one is just the standard package on the Rebel. It's not the black appearance package or anything like that. So you get the silver skid plate, the silver Ram logo, but you do get blacked out tow hooks. And other than that, nothing changes from the front end appearance aesthetics with the EcoDiesel other than the badge. Now coming on the side here, we've got two 75mm tires wrapped around 18-inch wheels in the front and the back. They are 33s if you guys are wondering. And then this truck does have the air suspension system. Pretty easy way to tell is you'll have that little canister right there. And then we do have the plastic fender flares that go all the way down right there. You've got the Ram logo. This one does have the power folding mirrors that are the smaller variant. And then again, you've got the plastic fender flares there in the rear. And other than that, here's your full side view on the EcoDiesel. Let's pop into the bed of this EcoDiesel. So first off, this one does have a liner from the factory, and it does have the bed rails as part of that bed utility group. And then you got the LED bed lights, which that little rubber button right there turns them on. And then you get free snow with this particular truck. Pretty cool. Payload is 1,337 pounds, and that's all for the bed. Let's go over the rest of the rear of the EcoDiesel. So first off, you've got full LED lights, and then notice that the center portion right here has been all blacked out. You've got the blacked out logos here on the back, blacked out exhaust tips, and this one does have the bed steps, so you just have to come to the side, push that out right there. Pretty easy. And then I call this the kick step because, well, you basically just kick it back in. And other than that, there's the rest of the rear. And also, by the way, I forgot to mention, towing capacity, about 10,000 pounds. Now let's go over the door panel here at the front. So first off, you've got the blacked out trim right here with the leather down below, and then notice that most of the door panel is pretty much covered in leather, and then you've got the nice leather bolster here with the stitching that goes across. And then here are the seats in the back, so full leather here. You've got the nice perforated leather there in the center portion, and then we've got the buckets here at the bottom, aka the beer coolers. And then we've got some more storage just underneath the seat as well. But let's actually pop in and probably have to grab the grab handle because we've got no side steps. I would recommend putting, well, this truck has air suspension, so I guess you don't really need side steps, but it would be convenient. Anyways, legroom, perfect. And I forgot to mention headroom. I'm 5'11". I've got more than enough room back here. You guys can see a couple cup holders, and then we've got some vents down here in this little area, and then you've got some USBs, heated seats, and then you get a full power outlet, and then we've got all the rubber floor mats back here. And then this pulls down to be some cup holders slash armrest situation, but it's all for the back of the Rebel. Now coming over to the door panel here at the front, notice again you've got the black trim with the black leather down below, and then you've got the black leather with the stitching all across. Got your memory seat controls, and then you've got all of your window controls right here with the power folding mirrors. Just press that little button and then that'll fold them right in, and then you can press it again and it'll fold it out. But here are the seats at the front. So again, you've got the full leather seats here. You've got the Rebel logo right there on the side, perforated leather here in the center portion, and then you can see the bolsters, pretty soft. Got your adjustments there on the side of the seat. And then you've got the pedals just down below, and then you've got the parking brake up above. The pedals are power adjustable, and then with the light controls, you've got the different modes, and then you've got the fog lights and the cargo light. The steering wheel is automatically adjustable, and there's one more look before we actually pop in. Here's the steering wheel in the Rebel. So first off, you've got soft touch leather at the top and at the bottom. Then you've got nice perforated leather on the sides. You've got your cruise control over here with your gear limiter. And then you've got your controls for the center stack, your voice command controls. Radio controls are on the back. And then you have the stock for the windshield wiper slash turn signal. And that's all for the steering wheel. Now coming here into the center gauge cluster, you've got the RPMs on the left side. On the right side, you've got the speed, and here's kind of like a better full view there on the gauges. But anyways, going to the center screen, notice that right here, you guys are probably wondering, why does it say normal? That's the air suspension. So right now we're in the normal mode with the suspension. And then you can scroll through a couple different screens. The one that I think is most important, since this is a Rebel, is that little off-road status right there. So I think that's really important to kind of know where that is. But yeah, it basically shows you like fuel economy, all that kind of stuff. You guys can see fuel range over there on that side, and that's everything for the center. We've got the 12-inch display in this particular Rebel. So you've got the hazard lights at the top, climate controls on either side, radio controls as well. And then you've got our parking sensors right here, your tow haul mode, stability control, and that's for the air suspension. And then we've got kind of like a blank switch section. Now, as for the 12-inch display, if we pop it into reverse, backup camera is going to pop up. So you've got trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and then you can zoom in with the camera as well, which is another nice little function. This particular truck doesn't have the whole like 360 camera system, if you guys are wondering. As for the rest of the screen, I actually live with this screen now because I have a 21 TRX, and I absolutely love the screen. It's really easy to use. Like, I use the mirror dimmer all the time, for example. Response time's great. I love the split screen function. So like what I'll do on my 12-inch display is I'll have like the heated seats and cooled seats here at the bottom, and then like the music, or like I'll have like the climate controls and the music. And it's just pretty nice that I can kind of like adjust everything and like have both of them on the screen. So definitely like that function. And then since this is a Rebel, you do get the off-road pages, and while those are loading up, we do have the dial shifter. So just kind of comes with the new 1500s. You've got your two-wheel drive, your four-wheel low, and then your four-wheel high, and then your true neutral, hill descent control, and then the axle lock, which I think is really cool. And then you guys can see the off-road pages. Nothing too crazy. This is the same thing that you get in like the Jeeps, for example. And then since this does have the air suspension and everything, it'll kind of show you kind of what mode you're in, and then also give you your wheel articulation, which I think's neat. We've got a bunch more stuff happening over here. So we've got some USBs right here, and then you got some extra storage in that little area. And then we do have the wireless phone charger right here, and then a full power outlet down below. Got the center console here with nice leather and stitching and all that. And then you guys can see storage space is pretty good. You've got the measuring tables there on the back. And then this does slide backwards and forwards, which is really nice practicality, basically. And then coming over here, it says Rebel right there, opening up both glove boxes. Pretty normal. And then you got more soft touch stitching and all that kind of stuff in that little area. And then finishing things off here at the top. So this drops on the tailgate, full panoramic center. If you've got the window control right there to open up the power sliding window. And then this one does have the camera mirror, which again, I have this in my TRX. Absolutely love this. I have it on all the time, and now that I have it, I don't know how I could live without it. So as you can see, 2021 Rebel, again, hydro blue, and you guys can see the base MSRP before any options are added, and then here's your standard equipment. And then you've got our optional equipment, which there is quite a bit of optional equipment. This truck is pretty fully loaded. The only thing I noticed was it just doesn't have the 360 camera, which I thought was kind of weird. But yeah, you guys can see all the options, and then you can see the total MSRP, $68,610. Let's take her out and see if she drives like $68,610. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off here in this 2021 Rebel Eco Diesel. So first off, visibility of the hood, just like any other Rebel, that middle part does get in the way a little bit, but I'd rather have the cool looks than, you know, the added visibility. Get your visibility through both of the mirrors here, and they do have blind spot monitoring. And then here's throughout the rest of the rear, so it's just like any other 1500. It's really easy to see out of it, and that's one thing I love about trucks is the visibility is great. Let's set off. Well, we are setting off here in this Rebel Eco Diesel. And first off, let's actually talk about the ride quality and road noise, because I'm sure that's going to be really important for a lot of you, especially the noise from the Eco Diesel and kind of how that is compared to the Hemi. So first off, from a ride quality perspective, it's pretty good. Now, the one thing to mention is the air suspension is slightly smoother on road compared to the standard suspension with all the 1500s. But on the off-road, I actually prefer the standard suspension. I'll get into that a little bit more at the end of the video. But yeah, really smooth on-road, definitely kind of has more of like a luxury car feel to it. And by the way, we are in just the normal mode for the air suspension. And then from a noise perspective, I mean, you always hear kind of like the diesel like chugging sound, right? The da 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 da. But other than that, it's pretty quiet. And since you're not having to rev out the engine as much, and since it has a lower red line compared to a gas engine, it's pretty much quieter overall compared to the Hemi. And I think it sounds pretty good. Definitely sounds like a mini diesel, right? And it really is. It doesn't have that like big muscular sound that you get from like a Cummins or something like that, but it still sounds pretty good if you ask me. Handling on the truck's really good. And, you know, I actually owned a Rebel for what? I think it was a little bit, it wasn't that long, actually, sadly. I think it was like 6 months. I had a new body style Rebel, and I really liked it. I thought it was like a really good daily driver truck. Ride quality is great, and off-roading, it was pretty decent, actually, from a capability standpoint. The only issue I had with it is my sway bar links kept coming disconnected every single time I took it off-roading, which was kind of weird. But brakes on it are really good as well. Like the stopping power definitely feels better than the TRX, and I mean, I think that's definitely a weight thing. This EcoDiesel is definitely a lot lighter than that 6.2 liter V8. But yeah, so far as an on-road truck, definitely really good, and it looks like we'll be able to get our full-blown acceleration here in, well, right now. So let's see what she's made of. Good torque. Definitely feels slower compared to the Hemi, I will say that. This has more torque than the Hemi, but the Hemi has significantly more horsepower. And so like getting up and going off the line, this definitely has a good punch to it. But the Hemi doesn't have that much less torque, and it has so much more horsepower that it just goes. So if you want kind of more of that like just like punch and that pull, then I would go for the Hemi over this. That's just the way that I would go. But the EcoDiesel is still great. And let's get into summing things up with the Rebel package and then the EcoDiesel as well. So first off, with the Rebel, if you're going to drive this on road, I think the air suspension's a good option to go for. It definitely makes the truck more practical. It rides really nice, and just it's great. But if you're going to take this truck off-road, I would recommend getting the standard suspension. The air suspension rides kind of rough on the off-road, and it's, I don't know, the one thing I'm scared about is like the standard suspension can take a beating, but this, you know, on the off-road, I'm not so sure about it being able to take a beating. And if one of those air canisters breaks or something like that, that's kind of a little bit scary if you ask me. And so that's kind of where I'd put it. Air suspension, if you just want the Rebel for the looks and all that, and you're going to keep it on road. If you're going to take this off-road, I'd do the standard suspension and maybe upgrade the shocks or something like that if you don't like the stock shocks that this comes with. And then as for the EcoDiesel, I think it's a good engine. It gets obviously better fuel economy, but diesel fuel right now in the winter time is more expensive than gas. So that kind of offsets the savings a little bit there. And then also, I mean, let's look at the window sticker here again. $4,900, so about $5,000 for the EcoDiesel. And so that's another thing, like if you get a standard Hemi, then you're like $1,000 for that engine. So you have another $4,000 price discrepancy. And so if it was me, if I didn't really love having a diesel and a half ton, I would just get the Hemi. It's going to save you money all around. And I mean, from a reliability standpoint, it's definitely more reliable than the EcoDiesel. And so that's kind of where I'd put it at. As if I was going to get a Rebel, I personally would get exactly what I had about a year ago, which was a 5.7 Hemi Rebel with standard suspension. But I still think that there's a market for the EcoDiesel and the air suspension. Now, that is going to sum things up for our video on this 2021 Ram 1500 Rebel with the EcoDiesel engine. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram here in Sandy for giving me some time with this Rebel. Check out the inventory link below. I'll see all of you in the next video.